Drake is now officially requesting that Kendrick Lamar provide proof that his own children are biologically his, and as if that wasn't already personal enough, he's also asking for documents to confirm that Kendrick has never engaged in any inappropriate or harmful behavior toward his wife, Whitney Alford. And the funny thing is, this isn't a rumor floating around social media, this is coming straight from official court filings. According to the documents, Drake's legal team is requesting information from January 1st, 2014 all the way to today. They want every single piece of communication tied to any allegations of domestic disputes, mistreatment of women, or similar claims involving Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. And to make it even more complicated, the paternity request directly connects back to one of the most pointed accusations Drake made earlier last year, suggesting Kendrick's children might actually belong to his manager and friend, Dave Free. Now, on paper, this is all part of a much larger legal battle involving Universal Music Group. But in reality, this looks like a calculated move. Using the legal system like this in a rap feud isn't about justice in the traditional sense, it's about strategy. You're taking something that started as music and moving it into a space where every word is recorded, every detail is official, and where the other side can't just ignore you. Once it's in court, it's not just a rap beef anymore, it's a legal record that lives forever. If you've been following this saga since the start, you know these two have been trading subtle jabs for years, but this year's back and forth was different. The Heart Part 6 had lyrical content that seems like it was a challenge aimed at Kendrick Lamar. And now by forcing Kendrick to respond in court, Drake is essentially saying, let's see if you can back up what your image says you are. The wild part is, this move could either make Drake look like a master tactician or like someone who took things way too far. Because here's the irony, if you're demanding proof, it means you might not actually know for sure. And that's the twist. If Drake was certain about his claim, there'd be no need to force Kendrick into producing paternity records. The fact that he's asking now makes it feel like the lyric in The Heart Part 6 may have been more of a calculated risk than a confirmed fact. This puts Kendrick in a spot no artist really wants to be in. Declining to share the documents could make it seem like there's something to hide even if there isn't, but providing them means opening up deeply personal parts of your life to your rival and the public. That's not just a legal risk, that's a brand and privacy risk. It's hard to come out of a situation like that without some sort of image hit, no matter how clear your record is. And here's the thing, people aren't talking about enough. This move could set a precedent in hip-hop. If Drake pulls this off, what's stopping other artists from bringing personal disputes into the legal system during a beef? We could start seeing custody paperwork, financial disputes, and other deeply private matters being pulled into battles that were once settled in the booth. The stakes for lyrical shots would be much higher because suddenly those lyrics aren't just entertainment, they're potential evidence. The domestic dispute angle is just as sensitive. In their musical exchanges, Drake hinted at things about Kendrick's personal life, but nothing hit as hard as the paternity rumors. Now though, by officially requesting proof that Kendrick has never harmed Whitney, Drake is essentially keeping those allegations alive in public discussion. Even if Kendrick is completely innocent, and to be clear, there's been no credible public evidence suggesting otherwise, the fact that this is being discussed in legal filings will keep it circulating. And in rap beef, perception can sometimes be just as powerful as truth. Fans are split, obviously. Drake's supporters frame this as him playing chess, cornering Kendrick into either disproving him or letting the doubt linger. Kendrick's fans see it as going too far, using the legal system to drag family into the spotlight. And let's be real, hip-hop has always had its unwritten rules about what you can and can't bring into a beef. Kids and spouses usually off limits. But zooming out, this isn't some random feud that started overnight. Drake and Kendrick's tension has been simmering for more than a decade, from the Control verse in 2013, to Subliminal on tracks like The Language and King Kunta, to Kendrick's sharp lines on Not Like Us. These two have been circling each other for years. This year was just the moment it boiled over, and now we're seeing the fallout spill into territory that's way more serious than rap radio. And here's another layer. In the streaming era, rap beef moves fast. Diss tracks drop, reactions flood in, memes explode, and within a week, everyone's on to the next thing. But when a beef crosses into the courtroom, it stops being temporary content. Court cases can drag on for months or even years, which means this storyline will keep resurfacing long after the hype fades. That gives it a much longer life, and potentially a much bigger impact on how both artists are viewed. Another thing to consider is how this case could get covered once it's in full motion. We're not just talking hip-hop blogs anymore. This could spill into mainstream outlets, talk shows, and even legal podcasts. Suddenly, your personal situation isn't just rap gossip, it's national conversation. And in an era where public perception can make or break a career, having your name tied to paternity disputes and domestic allegations, even if you come out clean, can still leave a lasting mark. The other wild part is how fans will archive and revisit this moment for years to come. Hip-hop history never forgets. Old interviews, tweets, and court documents from decades ago still get pulled into debates today. If this paternity dispute plays out publicly, it's going to live forever in fan arguments, YouTube documentaries, and Rap Beef Explained videos years from now. No one involved will ever truly outrun it. If this all plays out in court, and the records show Kendrick has nothing to hide, it'll make Drake's The Heart Part 6 look like one of the boldest miscalculations in diss track history. But if, and it's a big if, there's anything in those files that can be used, even if minor or taken out of context, it could tilt public perception in Drake's favor. That's the real game here. It's not just about truth, it's about controlling the story. So here we are. A rap beef that started with beats and bars has now turned into a legal back and forth over paternity tests and personal history. The industry thrives on drama, but this is one of those situations where the line between performance and reality has completely disappeared. Whether you're Team Drake, Team Kendrick, or just watching for the spectacle, one thing's clear. This is going to get more intense before it winds down. And honestly, by the time it's over, the diss tracks might feel like the least dramatic part of the whole thing. If this case actually makes it in front of a judge, it won't just be about Kendrick and Drake. It'll drag in lawyers, expert witnesses, and maybe even people from their personal circles who never wanted to be in the spotlight. Every legal filing, every leaked document will be dissected by fans and media in real time, turning the courtroom into a secondary stage for their battle. And in a culture where headlines spread faster than facts, even small details could snowball into narratives neither side can fully control. So anyways, what do you guys think about all this? Is Drake being petty that he lost and now coming for Kendrick's family? Or does he actually have a valid reason? Drop your thoughts in the comment and we will discuss it. Until next time, see ya.